Welcome everybody. My name is Marilee Burnett. I am your tarot reader and astrologer here with the messages for the week of July 10th of 2023. If you are new or returning to my channel, just a reminder to please subscribe using the subscribe button down below. And also please remember to like and share and comment on my work so that it can get the attention that I hope you think that it deserves. I always start out with a mini astrology lesson to help you get prepared for the energy for the week ahead. And then I will draw a card for every sign with a specific message for you. And as a reminder, make sure you watch for your sun, your moon, and most importantly, your rising sign, as that is the one that you typically see impacting you in your physical world. This week is interesting as far as the activation of the nodes. Now, if you are new to astrology and have mostly listened in for tarot readings, the nodes are the symbol that looks like a horseshoe. And one is upright and the other one is upside down. The one with the closed end on top is the North Node. The North Node in your chart represents your destined path. It is what you are here to learn and accomplish. It is your purpose. When people say, "What's my life purpose?" Look at your North Node. It is what you are here to learn about, to gain the skills to do and work with in this lifetime. The South Node always opposes the North Node, meaning it's exactly opposite and in the opposite sign. Now, the South Node is what you came here with. Imagine it's your baggage and all the things that you've already done and learned and experienced, all the strengths and abilities that you already have, those are all located in your South Node. So we're meant to leave that. We've already experienced it. We've already learned it. If we stay stuck there, then we don't allow ourselves to have the opportunity, basically, to experience what we're supposed to and to really grow. Now, that doesn't mean you just completely abandon and ignore your South Node gifts, but you should be only leaning on them to help you accomplish your North Node goals. So we've had the North Node in Taurus and the South Node in Scorpio, because they are opposing signs, for about the last 18 months. It takes about a year and a half for the nodes to transit through each and every set of signs. So you will have an opportunity to go back and look at, in the last 19 months or so, when you had the North Node and the South Node in Taurus and Scorpio. What were those lessons? What were you going through? So we're looking at that 2004, 2005 time frame. And now, as these nodes are getting ready to shift, they are getting activated. First by Mars, and secondly by the planet Mercury. Mars is going to be sitting on Monday at 0 degrees of Virgo, as it leaves the fiery, passionate sign of Leo that it much prefers over the slowed down, controlled energy that comes along with the sign of Virgo. But at 0 degrees, what it's doing is speaking in harmony with the nodes. Mars is our motivation. This will help motivate you to do something new based on what you've learned in this last year and a half with the North Node and the South Node in Taurus and Scorpio. Now, Taurus is the things that we value: love, money, beauty, material things. And Scorpio is exactly the opposite of that, right? All of those things in Taurus are very tangible. They're all things that we experience with the senses, We can see them, we can touch them, we can feel them, we can taste them, right? Tauruses love good comfort food, for instance. But Scorpio is all the things that are not something that we're physically aware of. It's more about non-material things and intense experiences, things that you do in the dark, right? Sex is ruled by the sign of Scorpio for that very reason. So as Mars comes here, and 0 degrees is that reset point. It's a very intense degree as far as astrology goes, because it's unexpected, as far as it's such a brand new energy that you just don't know what it's going to do. So there is the possibility for a major shift to occur as a result of the things that you've been learning and experiencing throughout the nodes transition through these two signs. Now, the nodes always are moving retrograde. There are moments when they are pausing or looking as if they may be moving forward. They are not real points. They are just a physical, mathematical point that is about and around the moon. But as those points shift, they go backwards. So they start at 29 degrees of a sign, and they move all the way down to 0. So at 0, this is the end, the intense end of the work. And because of the work, it gives you this reset energy, which is what I see that 0 degree point as. So Mars is going to motivate you to do something with what you've learned, to finally let go of what you need to let go of, depending on what house, maybe it's houses, that South Node in Scorpio has been traveling. So you're feeling positive, motivated. It's going to be a good week to do things like clean and get organized and let stuff go. If you have any pack rat tendencies, this is going to be a really good week to rid yourself of those. The other opportunity that we have, and it's a pretty intense one, is when Mercury finishes its time in the emotional water sign of Cancer. It's going to have a huge discussion as it forms this grand cross with the nodes, which means it's in a T-square to the North Node and the South Node, which is 90-degree angle, which is a harsh angle. And it is opposing Pluto. This is, for instance, Mercury in the sign of Cancer is, giving a voice to women, children, families. And Pluto in Capricorn is, a government authority figure, somebody in a position of power that doesn't want you doing whatever you're doing because it opposes their power. So you have this standoff. Thankfully, Mercury moves quickly. Monday will be an intense day, as when Pluto sits here, it is also in a T-square, but on the opposite ends with the North Node and the South Node. Now, this T-square with Pluto has been building for some time with the nodes. So there is major lessons in power, transitioning of power. Pluto is a planet that rules over death and transformation. So things, restrictions, government leaders, all of those changes that we have been seeing pretty much increase in intensity. If we think about England and the complete changeover of power there in the last year, we saw Boris step down. We, of course, lost the Queen. We have a new king who was coronated. There is just one example of huge transitional energy and transformation and change that has been going on. Now, though, the storylines are going to get more intense as this square between the nodes and Pluto, which brings major fated changes with much more intensity and finality into our sphere. Now, this energy is going to continue for the next couple of weeks where Pluto does the squaring, but it is only this brief moment where we may learn something shocking, where we may hear something shocking that causes us to maybe do whatever it is Mars is motivating us to do as a result of. So these two, while not connected to one another, Mercury will be in Cancer and then immediately step into the sign of Leo, and Mars has left Leo before Mercury got there. So they aren't directly connected, but their storyline definitely will be. So that is going to be the biggest thing to watch as this week kicks off, is what is fate and destiny doing in our lives. So it's a really good time. You know, if you haven't done a reading, this I have been counseling many of my clients about the intensity of this energy in the third week of July as these nodes shift and move out of Taurus and Scorpio and into Aries and Libra. It is causing intensity, it's causing change, it's causing transformation. It's fate is pushing us where we need to be. And while we all have free will, our free will comes, how do we respond to where we're being pushed, not necessarily having a choice on where that push is going to lead us. This is energy we haven't ever seen in our lifetime, so it's a big deal, and it feels different, and it feels uncomfortable, but it's uncomfortable on purpose because we need to get out of our box and make some big changes. 29 degrees where Pluto sits is an intense degree. The nodes change signs at 29 degrees, and it will be most felt next week. But this week, I think we're going to start to get clues about what that is. And literally, it is next Monday. So when I do next Monday's draw, we'll be talking about what do the shifts in the nodes mean for you, and we'll get a special message for the work that you have for the next year and a half. For now, we will jump in and take a look at the cards for each one of you. There's a few other things that will be of interest this week, astrology-wise, but you can follow me on my Instagram or my Facebook page to get the details. I break those down every single day with a little message of numerology, tarot, and astrology. So come follow me on my page. I'll have the link down below here where you can take a look at that as well. All right, let's not delay and let's get into the card draw. Okay, so this is a fun deck, the Magical Dog Tarot, that a friend and client sent to me last week for my birthday. So thank you, Catherine. Little shout out to you, appreciate it. And we're gonna have some fun and see what the Magical Dogs of Tarot have to say for each one of the signs. So let me cut the cards. I've already shuffled them. I love the Native American history symbolism. This is great. All right, as usual, we will get started with the sign of Aries. These are so fun. So these, of course, are set up a little bit differently than traditional tarot, but the fire card is the Wands card, and the Fire Guardian is a card where you typically have the Knights of the deck. So when you have the court cards, just as a reminder, that means that you have the energy of the one. So there is an opportunity for a new beginning whenever you have the energy of the one. And then the fire energy, right? This is a new beginning that you feel very passionate about. And when we think about having a guardian, right? When the Knight of Wands, which is what this is typically, comes rushing in, it brings a lot of change very quickly. Now, you're a fire sign, Aries, so you appreciate this. But somebody is coming in this week with some inspiration for you, and it's going to set you on this new path. So that is going to be a very exciting week. Remember to be open. You are going to have that North Node in your sign beginning next Monday. So you all should see this week some new opportunities coming in that will foretell what the next year and a half will be about for you with the help of the North Node. Taurus. The Five of C. So when we have the Five of C, which is traditionally the Five of Cups card, you can see that this poor dog is not having the best day. If you're not from the Northwest, you might not recognize this as a gooey duck, but I have done a lot of clam digging in my lifetime living in the Northwest, so I know they can literally spray you with water like this. Now, the energy of the five brings change. And this change may be coming this week because of something that is, pretty disappointing to you. However, see these nice caught gooey ducks over here? They're where you're going to focus your time and attention. Not on the things that are very disruptive, and just obviously getting sprayed in the face with water doesn't necessarily feel good. Whatever that is, whatever that experience is that you have this week, remember, look at everything around you. It's beautiful, right? There's amazing things around you. You have to make sure that you don't stay stuck and stay focused, or what this dog will probably do is turn right around and try to, attack and bite and chew and, get even with this little gooey duck. How dare they? That may be how you feel this week, but don't get sucked in. Don't take the bait. Make sure, Taurus, that you're looking to the things that are going well, and that you take this disappointment in stride and know that anything that we lose gets replaced with something better. So let that happen this week. Gemini. So you have the Three of Wands, Three of Fire in this deck. And that's a time where you've already done all the work. So this isn't about you having to add any more effort into anything. This is about you just waiting to receive. I imagine that these huts here are ready to receive the things that you have created so that you can store them and use them as you need them. But this is what's coming in. This is what's going to, get you prepared for the fall and winter ahead. So know you've already done the work. Appreciate it. The three energy is about your creative gifts and skills. So make sure you're leveraging them. If you haven't yet, if you still think you have to refine and do more, you don't. This is a sign for you this week that you will receive rewards for the work that you've already done. And if you need to do something to bide your time this week because of any kind of disruption from these nodal shifts, do it with something you're passionate about. Create something, but don't create drama, because that is not going to help you. Cancer. Well, Cancers, you have the first major arcana card of the week, and it is the Emperor. Now, you can see by the look of this dog that the Emperor is old. He is wise. He is a tribal leader, right? From this perspective, you may be meeting with somebody very important this week, and they are going to present you with an opportunity. Now, this opportunity may be for you to serve this person, right? The Emperor is wise. He doesn't have to do the work. He has people who does the work for him. If there is a job opportunity that you've been interested in, then you may be hearing from this person this week, and it will be something momentous, right? This is nodes. This is life-changing events. So if you're looking for a job out there, Cancers, there could be a very important opportunity this week that you will want to tune into and connect with, and be ready to be open for something unexpected, something very different than you would traditionally want to do as far as your career goes. But this is fate this week, so make sure that you're ready to make a big change. The 4 energy is about creating new structures for yourself. So that means the old structures have to be removed. Collects so much dust. All right, up next we have Leo. All right, Leo. Here you have the Earth Guardian. And so Earth, of course, is about the Pentacles, which is about finances. So with the Earth Guardian, you would consider this to be the Knight of Pentacles energy. And again, all the knights come kind of rushing in to defend the kingdom. This one, though, when they come in, they have a gift, right? So they've gone out, they've gone to war for you, and they're coming back with a gift for you. And with the Knight of Pentacles, it's typically a gift that is financial in nature. Whenever I get this card in a drawing, I typically see from a work perspective that I suddenly get really busy. So it's a good thing. It's a good busy. But again, with the tension and the connection with Mars in Virgo, an earth sign, this is something that you need to act on. You need to do your research, right? Because Knight in the Pentacles or the earth energy is slow and grounded and doesn't move quickly. So this is literally what the Mars energy will be like over the next 6 weeks. But it can go deep, right? It can dig deep. It can uncover things by doing the research. So there's some opportunity presented to you that you definitely need to take advantage of, but you don't have to rush. You need to look over the details very carefully. But again, Knight energy, it's a 1. It's going to be a brand new beginning for you as long as you don't ignore the gift. All right, Virgos. The 3 of C is also the 3 of Cups. And that kind of energy comes up when you're coming together with a great group of friends and you have something to celebrate. So with this interesting surprise with the challenges going on there with the nodes, maybe you hear from a friend unexpectedly and that they are in town, and that in and of itself gives you something to celebrate. But this is a good time for things like weddings and engagements, baby showers, anything that you do that, you know, brings people together and you have something to celebrate together that emotionally lifts you up and you feel really good about it. So you can tell here, right? These fun dogs, and they're all different and unique, which is probably an indication of the friends that you have and that you may be attracted to this week, that are all different and unique, all like something unusual to celebrate with. So there's something really fun. This 3 energy, again, is that energy about creation. So it does tend to say that Virgos, there is something about birthing something new this week, and as a result of that, you have something really big to celebrate. Next, we have Libra. So the 7 of Earth, also known as the 7 of Pentacles. I love this German Shepherd that's sitting out here, sees these bunnies, and I'm sure he'd really like to chase, because what's funner than chasing bunnies? But this isn't a time for chasing anything. It is a time for you to just stay with what you're doing, right? This is not a time to venture off into new things. This is a time to just be with whatever you're doing. This in traditional tarot is about, looking at the harvest. You've already done it. You've planted the seeds, you've watered, you've fertilized. Whatever this is that you are trying to create, this week isn't where you're doing anything. You're just waiting. This is a week of waiting. And that's exactly what the energy of the 7 is too. 7 is an energy that has you going within, contemplating, figuring out what it is that you want to do. So the universe is going to show you some opportunities. It's going to show you what you need to change, and it's going to show you what action you need to take. But you're really going to have a good plan. And again, this is not energy that you're rushing in to do anything. You are going to sit with it. But next week, you're definitely doing something. And Scorpios. So both Scorpio and Tauruses this week, right, are going to have some of the most intense experiences because of the fact that this energy shift with the nodes impacts you most directly. So it's no surprise, right, Scorpio, that you have the World card. This is the last step in the Fool's journey. This is you completing the work, and it just doesn't get more perfect than this. So you are done. This last year and a half has had you going through, probably for some, what feels like a personal crisis at times. That South Node work, especially in Scorpio, is very personal and psychological, right? All of the things that you've been learning to understand about yourself, your attachment to material things, to stop giving your power away to money and instead tune in to spirit. It has been intense, but what this card says is this is it. You've done it, and congratulations. This is a major accomplishment that you will be experiencing this week. And again, with the energy of the 3, there is some connection that you have to spirit this week that's going to guide you on this final step that you are taking in this quest. And then thankfully the South Node moves into the sign of Libra, and good old Libras, you might want to reach out to your Scorpio friends for advice on how they managed the last year and a half. Sagittarius. I always love this card. When no matter what deck I draw it from, it always just gives me a good feeling every time I draw it. So for you, Sagittarius, this is something about the shifts in the nodes and the tension that's created actually ends up to being a really big blessing as far as your home and family is concerned. The 10 of Earth is the 10 of Pentacles. So there could even be, great financial news for you this week that just has you really feeling happy and joyful and playful. So while there might be some tension, ultimately what happens because of that tension is this big, huge opportunity where you receive maybe some financial assistance unexpectedly, and everybody's really happy and celebrating the good news. So congratulations. And of course the 10 is the 1. So again, this change, this bit of tension this week is going to head you in a new direction, maybe a new financial direction, and it's good news. Capricorn. Aren't these puppies just so cute? just loving them. All right, so the puppies' energy are like the pages. So they're very youthful, very immature, not very well-mannered, but they're very curious. So you are meeting somebody like that this week, which is good. You are, a little too focused on work and keeping everything under control. But this person, this could be a young person, or it could be somebody who is just inexperienced or has very youthful energy, is going to come in this week and kind of disrupt things, right? Maybe they're going to pull at you to go out and play and have some fun and to have some new experiences. So this news this week that seems frustrating, it's going to suggest that you just gain a new perspective, listen to the opportunity that is being presented to you by this little sea puppy, and go ahead and get out and explore. You do not have to stay stuck inside just doing the work. There is something calling to you this week, and you definitely want to respond, because again, that 1 energy is a new beginning where you are feeling emotionally happy and joyful about it. So let the fun begin. Aquarius. Well, Aquarius, this is a fun card too. The 8 of Fire means there are swift changes. There could be unexpected travel. But whatever this tension is that is created this week for you, you're going to get moving, and you're going to get moving really swiftly. The energy of the 8 is saying that, our strength will be called upon this week. It isn't a time to sit and question anything, right? The Wands energy, though, is something that we're really passionate about. So I don't think it's going to bother you that you have to get up and move and head in this new direction, because it's something that you want. Some of you, again, literally may be taking a trip, and others just may be suddenly super busy. But this is going to be a week that's fast, it's challenging, but you're prepared for it. So just know that if something causes you frustration, it's because you need that in order to get yourself moving. And you're a fixed sign, right? You don't normally like to move unless you have to, or unless it's your choice. But this week, somebody else is going to be the instigator of change, and you're going to have to just get up and go. But you'll be glad you did. Pisces. Aw, I love this. So cute. So the last card for today, and of course it is another major arcana card, and I think we even discussed the Sun card last week. So the energy of the 19 reduces to the 1. So this is a new beginning where you are enjoying a tremendous amount of success, right? The sunflower is planting a lot of seeds for your future. Even the puppy here is looking forward into the future and to what's possible. So there's a major achievement for you this week, and you deserve every bit of recognition that you are going to get. So again, while there may be frustration, what you do with it is what makes you shine this week and heads you in a direction that is meant for you. It's more in alignment with what you want and need to be successful. So there's nothing to worry. This red scarf is some kind of a symbol for you. So keep an eye out for somebody who might be wearing red, or the information that they send you is wrapped in red. There is something to do with that color this week that will be your signal that you are about to head in a new direction. So enjoy it. All right, so as always, interesting cards. Hope you had fun with the puppies. I did. And this weekend as well is the next installment of the Sip and Stars group. Come and join us. Even if you don't sign up to do it every single month, I do have people that pop just in and out when their schedule allows, because they like to be live and in person versus just watching the recording. But there is a recorded version. So if you can't show up in person, you can certainly just watch the recorded version after. The only thing you miss out on, of course, is I can't read your chart if you are not there. And I will just give a little plug that the energy that we saw this week from the Mercury tension between Pluto and the nodes, that's exactly what the new moon will be about, because the new moon happens when the sun and moon are sitting and across the sky from Pluto and squaring the nodes. So this new beginning comes about because of a lot of tension. Still be glad you did it, but it is going to be intense. So if you ever thought, maybe I'll go try it out, this is a really good week to do that. And the chart readings will be very interesting this week as a result of that. Plus, you get to learn all about the sign of Cancer. I give you remedies and ways to work with the energy, all the good things. So hope to see you there. You can go on my homepage. Of course, the link is down below. Click on the Sip and Stars group and come and join us. I look forward to seeing you there soon. All right, everybody. Thank you again for tuning in, sharing some of your free time with me. I appreciate all the love and support. And don't forget, give me a big thumbs up. I'll put the timestamps down for you so that you can easily review your sun, moon, and rising sign. And we'll talk next week. Take care.